Hello guys, this is Sula, and you're watching part 3 of a video involving Karthus for League of Legends. At the end of the last video, the enemy team had nearly aced us, with myself being the only one who survived. What they should have done was immediately go on Baron. However, they have decided not to do Baron, and they have instead opted to push this tower, but they are not strong enough to push this tower, and I've been able to defend it, and now we have the rest of our team coming back from death. So unfortunately that got caught a little bit between the split between the two videos, but if you go back and watch that, it is a pretty good example of how to hold off an enemy team even when you can't directly defend. You can see I was able to hold off the tower pretty well and also not let them kill me, so I think that was a pretty good play. Anyway, that was a bit of a disastrous turn of events to get so many people killed, but the good news is that we were able to escape with no real damage. As I said, if their team had been smart, they would have just all rushed to Baron, all 5 to Baron, and we could not have stopped them from Baroning, but they chose not to do so for whatever reason. Now here is going to be a growing problem in the next couple parts of this video. Notice that Tryndamere is starting to get very farmed up, and if you remember what I said about Tryndamere, he's an extreme late game champion. He's weak earlier in the game, but if you let him get farmed up, he can be almost unstoppable. Like right there, he's using Endless Rage, and unfortunately he's going to be able to kill me as I kill him. And that was really a misplay by me. All I had to do was get out of there, and he would have died anyway. I could have killed him with my ultimate, if nothing else. He was going to die as soon as Endless Rage finished. So that was a misplay on my part. And now that I'm not here, the rest of the enemy team's going to have trouble. And like here's Seirun exhausts Blitzcrank and then just walks away without fighting him. Just a really bizarre play. I mean, don't get me wrong, we do get Ashe, and that's a nice taunt by Uberfish to force Ashe to stand there and fight, but I just don't understand why you would walk up and exhaust Blitzcrank and have him down at 10% health and then just turn and walk away. So no offense, but I think that was a mistake. We could have gotten another kill there. Anyway, we did kill the enemy team's Ashe, but Bristol's was killed at the same time, and that's not a good trade for us because Bristol's has a Soul Stealer, so he's going to lose some of his stacks. So that's unfortunately that exchange probably came out a little bit ahead for their team instead of us. And now that now they're going to push that top lane tower, and it was nearly gone anyway, but they are going to finish off that tower. I'm not going to teleport up there to save a tower that has, 10% of its life left. That's a waste of a teleport. Instead, I'm going to push this bottom lane, get in some extra farm, and give them another thing that they have to try to defend. I think that we were going to go for, let's see, I think we're going to go for our blue buff next, and then possibly onto the dragon. I'm not 100% sure, but instead it looks like we're going to be grouping up in the middle lane. Probably would have been a better job to try to check some of those buffs. Now you can see a couple of them have gone down to the bottom lane. Heimer's down there. Tryndamere was down there a second ago. So that means we have a temporary advantage here in mid. But it looks like we don't want to be too aggressive, and we're going to pull back and not engage here. Uberfish has taken a lot of damage, so he's going to need to go back and heal soon. Also, we've lost our Baron ward, and it would be a really good idea to get that back soon. Unfortunately, like right here, Bristol's gets grabbed by the enemy team, and he gets picked off very, very easily. So now we're in an unfortunate situation. We're going to be behind the 8-ball. Most of them are going to push mid, and then Kayan gets picked off as well. So now we're really in trouble. I'm coming down here to try and push back this attempt on our bottom lane tower. Heimer's doing a good job of pushing it. I mean, he's Heimer. That's what he does. He pushes towers, pushes lanes. So anyway, I can push this back, but the problem is that means that they have 4 champs in the middle lane against only 2 of ours, and so we're not going to be able to hold that tower. There's nothing that they can do. Uberfish is wisely going to back off because he's just going to be killed if he tries to defend that. And now look at our bottom lane turret. It's also nearly dead, and I know that the enemy team's going to head over there and they're going to push that down. So I'm not going to make the attempt to try to save that. I can't fight them, 3-on-1 at a tower that's about to die anyway. That's just foolish. So we're forced to concede those 2. So those picks in the jungle, Bristol's getting picked off, and then I think Kayan getting picked off. That cost us 2 towers. So unfortunately, those were very costly deaths. I mean, sometimes you have deaths that don't really cost you much, but sometimes you can have a death that can really, really mess things up. Anyway, here we're going to defend this tower. This is a great position to defend. It's a strong tower, narrow choke point. And then Kayan's going to initiate with an Ashe arrow, and that's a perfect initiation. It's going to allow us to come in, first clean up their Ashe player. Tryndamere is going to use Endless Rage, but as soon as that comes off cooldown, he's going to die, and he's not able to kill any of us. So we're able to pick off two champs very easily, and then push back this particular wave attack on our base. Tryndamere, you could say his defense is even, his move was somewhat defensible because he did allow everyone else on the team to escape by engaging us there, and he probably wasn't going to get out anyway. But nonetheless, it's a good fight for us because we kill 2 members of their team and we push back those attacks on our base. Now, my suggestion here was, okay, we've killed 2 members of their team. We've got the top lane is pushing. You can see it's Ashe and Tryndamere are the ones who are dead. Neither one of their champs have teleports. You can see Heimer and Blitzcrank are going to have to come over here to push back that attack on the top lane. My thought was, let's run to Baron and engage it and at least force a Baron fight because they're still missing 2 people. They've only just revived and they're going to have to run up here. So this is risky, but my feeling is we're behind in the game. We have to take some risks, and if we all 5 run to Baron, we can do it pretty quickly. My Defile is doing a ton of damage to Baron, so as long as we can hold out for a couple more seconds here, and if Uberfish can smite it for us, so yep, there we go. We are able to sneak in and get Baron, and that's going to help keep us in this game, despite the fact that they are pushing down our towers. A couple of people recalled right there, I don't like that play. Too risky. They are around us in this area, so not really a fan of that move. I think it would have been better to back a little bit before recalling. But anyway, they weren't there. It worked out. We didn't have anyone get picked off and killed there. So now we have Baron, and now we should be able to fight them and engage and have a good chance of winning at this point in time. I was also able to pick up Zanya's ring, so that makes me much, much stronger. That puts me up to 500 ability power. And this is where I want to be as Karthus. This is when my spells will start doing just an enormous amount of damage. My Defile will just, completely destroy the enemy team. And we're going to group up and try to push a lane together, which is what you generally want to do when you have the Baron buff. You can see we would like to force a fight with the enemy team here in the middle lane. We're pretty confident that we can win that right now. Let's see, Uberfish is going to go forward, and let's see, they're going to stun him. Let's see, we're going to come forward and try to engage. But then, look, we get flanked from behind by Blitzcrank and Tryndamere. I'm trying to engage forward with these guys, but unfortunately, they're all just going to back off, and I'm going to continue taking tower fire, and then Ashe is going to finish me off. So I'm not able to kill any of them. I think I'm going to use my ultimate here, or no, apparently I'm not going to. So we aren't able to get any enemy kills. They picked off 3 of us, and that was just a really bad engagement, and I'm completely at fault for that too. My positioning was just awful in that particular fight. So now we only have Baron buff on 2 people, and that advantage that we had there has largely gone to waste. So that was a mistake by us. We should not have done that. Now, the enemy team, what they should do is group up together and all push mid. If they all group up and push mid, they will get that tower and they will get our inhibitor. Instead, their team is splitting off to push multiple lanes, like Tryndamere's up there pushing our top tower. I mean, okay, that's nice and all, but if they just group up and push mid, they're going to get the tower and the inhibitor. So I really don't understand this play. And like again, Tryndamere and Ashe are up in the top lane. Why is the rest of the team not with them? If they're going to push top, they should all be top. You can see Blitzcrank and Twisted Fate are in the middle lane. Now, Tryndamere is going to do his Endless Rage thing, and he's going to pick up some kills, but we're going to be able to kill Ashe, and we're going to be able to kill Tryndamere. And now there's 2 members of their team down here. You can see Twisted Fate took a lot of damage, so I'm going to use Requiem, and apparently he actually got killed by Seirun. I'm not exactly sure how that happened. Maybe Seirun ignited him or something like that. But in any case, we're able to pick up 3 kills. And notice they don't get any of our base turrets, none of our base towers, and they don't get any of our inhibitors, which is just really preposterous considering that they utterly wrecked our team in that fight. So just not a smart play on their part. If they had just grouped up together, they 100% would have gotten one of our inhibitors, and they possibly even could have ended the game there if they had been able to get a nice wave of minions. Anyway, so we're going to respond by doing so much damage to them. We're going to push down their first tower in mid. And now they're going to start reviving. You can see Blitzcrank is there. So we're going to back out after that. If you notice when I threw down the Karthus Wall of Pain, I did that there just for line of sight so that we would be able to see if anyone was coming towards us, and they didn't. Oh, by the way, there they killed 2 of the 3 wolves and just left 1, which is kind of funny. Now here, Dragon is back up. I don't think we've gotten even 1 dragon all game yet, which is one reason why they've been ahead. So we're going to come down and get this, and uh-oh, here comes Tryndamere. So anyway, I'm pretty sure I'm not getting out of here, so I'm going to use my Wall of Pain. I'm going to use Endless Rage, and or he's going to use Endless Rage. He's going to kill me, but my Defile is going to kill him. Also, we did get that dragon. If you notice, we got the 250 gold pop up. I think someone on our team said we didn't get it, but we did. Unfortunately, Uberfish was also killed, and now they're going to pick off Bristol's as well. Ash getting the kill there. So now we're in deep trouble again because 3 of us are dead. Kyan and Sirun are going to have to get back to the base. Here, because I was dead, I was trying to see what item I should buy next. And there, Kyan gets killed as well, so uh-oh, this is really bad. And I ultimately decided to go for Rylai's. I'll explain why in a second. Now, once again, all they have to do is group up, and they'll be able to push a lane, get the tower, and get the inhib. But they are not grouping up together. You can see Twisted Fate is in mid. The other members of their team are over in bottom lane. This doesn't make any sense. They should all be applying their damage to the same tower. What they're doing is stupid. You can see they have 2 in mid, 2 in bottom. Why are they doing this? I have no idea. Heimer is running around and not even taking down a tower. So they are going to get middle tower, but now I'm going to come over here and chase them away from bottom lane tower. I get Ash arrowed, which I wasn't expecting, but so instead I'm going to come over here and start to pursue these guys. Uberfish gets off a nice taunt. I don't want to die, so I'm going to use my ultimate to pick off Ash, and that's going to get us 1 kill there. I'm going to go back and heal, and now the rest of our team is coming back up from being killed. So they're going to be able to engage. Tryndamere is way off in top lane. I don't think he needs to be over there stopping that wave yet. So we're going to be able to get a kill on Twisted Fate. Here, we're going back and forth with Blitzcrank. Nice arrow from Kyan, by the way. But he does unfortunately kill Bristol's, our Cassidy player again. And then together, Uberfish and I and Kyan are going to finish off that Blitzcrank. So we, despite how bad our position looked, we do lose the tower in middle lane, but they don't get any inhibitors. And that was really surprising to me. I was pretty shocked that they didn't get an inhibitor. So we've killed 4 members of their team now. Tryndamere is the only one who's still alive. However, we have 3 of us. So we were hoping that we could at least get this tower mid. We were hoping that we could push this tower. We didn't want to tank the tower, but we thought as soon as we had minions, we could fight this. Now Tryndamere is going to come out and engage, and I know he's going to engage, so I was gonna let's see, throw down my wall and just use Defile. And I was really surprised at how much damage he's doing. Just look at all those criticals he's doing. So he takes down me, then he kills Uberfish, and then together with a nice Ash arrow, they finish off Kyan. So I was like, wow, I wasn't expecting Tryndamere to 3v1 us and win. So yeah, apparently he did. So wow, that's not good. So now we're going to be behind the 8 ball yet again. The problem was, yeah, as you can see, Uberfish says that I guess none of us there had exhaust. So yeah, that was definitely an issue. If we had exhaust, that would have helped us out a lot. So now they're going to be able to counter push us once again. And the key thing for us is going to be to try to defend that inhibitor. Now, they're all up. All they have to do is push 5 together and push our inhibitor, and they would certainly get it. But again, for whatever reason, I don't understand. They don't seem to be going for it. Don't really understand what's going on. I don't know where they are on the map, what they're doing, why they wouldn't have just rushed to get our inhibitor. So anyway, thanks for that. Now they're going to engage, but the rest of us are coming. Seirun gets picked off very easily. That's not particularly good. Now, I see Blitzcrank in bottom lane, and as soon as I see that, I realize I can engage here. This is a good fight for us. So first, we're going to get Twisted Fate. Then next, I'm going to come in here, and Ash tries to kill me, but I'm going to Zanya's to stop her. And then together with a great Ash arrow from Kyan, we're going to go after him. And now, next, we're going to focus Tryndamere, and his ult is down. Apparently, Endless Rage is still down. That or Uberfish taunted him and stopped him from getting off his ult. So we're going to be able to win this fight here and stay in the game, however tenaciously. Anyway, this is going to be the end of part 3, so we're going to continue next time in part 4.